Hello guys, welcome to Okonkwo Academy. This is the fourth lecture in our probability and statistics course, and under this I'll be treating conditional probability. I'll explain some few concepts in conditional probability and move on into solving the question so we can better understand it. If you are new to this channel, I recommend that you subscribe and put us on push notification so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a video. Now I'm going to define what conditional probability is. Suppose we have two events A and B. Conditional probability is basically this. So we will be asked to find the probability of an event A given that an event B has occurred. What do I mean by this plain English? Say we have a town. Let me call the town Okonkwo community. So Okonkwo community. And in this Okonkwo community, we have males and females, right? And there are just two occupations. So there are farmers and teachers. So farmers and teachers. Farmers and teachers. Okay. So with conditional probability, we can be asked to find the probability of selecting a teacher given that she's a female. So that is how conditional probability questions are framed. We'll be asked to find the probability of selecting a teacher given that she's a female. So you see, in normal probability calculation, it would have been find the probability that we will select a female, then they'll stop there, right? Find the probability that I select a female. So if they give you a question like that, like for that one, you find the number of females in the community, then you divide by the total population of the community, right? But with this case, what conditional probability does is that now our search will not be in the population. So now we will reduce our population to only the females, right? Because they've told you that the teacher that you are searching for is a female. Because they said find the probability of selecting a teacher given that she's a female. They've told you that the teacher that you are selecting for is a female. So now our sample space or our denominator boils down to the number of females in the community. That's the first thing conditional probability does. It reduces the sample space. Then we will come and find the number of teachers that are females. So this portion. So number of female teachers. So teachers that are female. So number of teachers that are female, TF. Right. So the probability of selecting a teacher given that she's a female will be number of teachers that are females divided by the number of females. That will be the answer. Okay. There is a lot to learn under conditional probability, but I wanted to give you a fair idea. So let's solve this question for you to better understand this. A random sample of 200 adults are, let me erase this so that delete. Okay, so a random sample of 200 adults are classified below by sex and their level of education. So this is it. If a person is picked at random from this group, find the probability that the person is a male given that the person has secondary education. Now they've told you that what is the condition that they've given you? The person has secondary education. Now what was the overall sample space? The overall sample space was 200 adults, right? So the overall sample space was 200 adults. So it was adults, and now it has boiled down to just adults with secondary education, right? So they've told you that the person has secondary education. So now our total sample space will be just people with secondary education. So people with secondary education. So we are going to get 28 plus 50, which is 78. Then what are we asked to find? The probability that the person is a male. So now we will find the number of male people that have secondary education. So that would be what? 28. So the probability of selecting a male given that the person has secondary education will be 28 divided by 78, which is 14 divided by 39, if I'm right. Then we'll move on into the next question. The next question is that we should find the probability that the person does not have a college degree given that the person is a female. So now our overall sample space at first was R dots. Now they've told us that the person is a female, so now we will reduce the sample space. We will throw all the males away. Then the person will be a female pair. So our sample space is now female, right? So we have to get our total number of females. So it is 45 plus 50 plus what? 17. So I think that is going to give us 112. 112. Now, what is the main question? That the person does not have a college degree, right? So the person does not have a college degree. So how many females have college degrees? 17, right? So females that do not have college degree are the ones that have secondary degree and elementary degree. So that will be 45 plus 50, which is what? 95. So let me go down and get space. So the probability of not having a college degree given that the person is a female will be 95 divided by what? 112. So this is how to solve conditional probability question when they are in this format, right? Also, let's say we have two events, A and B, and we are asked to find the probability of A given that B has already occurred. So the probability of A given that B has already occurred. This can be written as the probability of both A and B occurring, all divided by the probability of B, right? So the probability of B would be given because it has already occurred. Then we would also maybe be given the probability of both A and B occurring, right? So if the two events are mutually exclusive, what do I mean by mutually exclusive? Two events are said to be mutually exclusive if they cannot occur at the same time, or both of them cannot occur at the same time. So if P intersection B is equal to what? So 0, right? So if P intersection B is equal to 0, then two events cannot occur. So if that is true, then the probability of A given that B has occurred will be 0. I hope we get it up to this point. Okay, so thank you for watching this video to the end. If you do not understand any of what I've done, leave your comments in the comment section. I'll look at it, and if I would have to record a new video explaining or solving more questions with you guys on conditional probability, I will happily do so. Thank you.